Greetings everyone and welcome to this week's new 26 Vigilante 8 for Horseplay. Now, there's multiple moral things going on, and this episode is really dicey. So, let's start with the overall moral first. The overall moral is about, being honest and truthful in spite of trying to do something well for somebody through a well-intentioned lie. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes being way too honest can also be as hurtful as a hurtful, well-intentioned lie. And sometimes being honest in some ways can be even brutal. You can lose friendships by telling somebody something brutally honest. Essentially, what this episode is trying to say, without really saying it, because they say the moral badly, by the way, is that you should be blunt. That's essentially what this thing is saying to kids, is it's better to be blunt to your friends and the stone cold hammer rather than having good intentions, telling a little white lie, and then telling them once the show is over that it didn't really work out that well. I mean, sometimes being blunt as a hammer is a good thing, and sometimes being blunt as a hammer is exactly what kids or anybody needs to hear. But it all depends on the intent of the bluntness. Sometimes, even if we're bluntly honest for the good, it can come out the wrong way here and cause more damage than what is necessary. It all comes down to this. Here's the episode summary. Twilight wants to throw down a special theater play at the School of Friendship. Nice to see it referenced once again. It's seemingly referenced in every episode so far, for the 1111th anniversary, yes, of Celestia first raising the sun. And also the stuff about unicorns raising the sun in the Journal of the Two Sisters is now officially canonized as the truth there. For this play, Twilight wanted to give something back, to give a thank you, by having Celestia, once she finds out, play herself in the lead role of the play. Now, this on paper sounds awesome. Very awesome. And even Celestia's enthusiasm at the beginning before the opening reflects how happy she is at the opportunity, seeing that she never got to be in a play. It's giving Celestia a chance to live out one of her bucket list items, which means this whole thing has good intention and heart to it. Heart that is quickly dashed when Applejack says the worst cliched line in animation. The one line you don't say, what could possibly go wrong? The answer, everything. From missing stage plots to Pinky and her want for bigger and bigger explosions, Rarity freaking out about sets, genuine theater problems for people that know thespianism and have experienced this, this is going to be a horrible flashback, either to school or to that one theater production that didn't exactly go well. But it highlights every major part of theater and what makes theater and stage play so great. Even things like improvisational and method acting. All of that is very simply delivered and displayed here, which is nice. But the biggest problem that our intrepid team has is Celestia herself. See, she can't act. She's bad. And seeing that Twilight's running the show as the show director, her friendship and her duty as director are coming to blows here. She wants to be a good friend and do a great thing out of heart. But when she finds out very quickly that Celestia can't act, she's got to be blunt as a hammer and drop the hammer and tell her that she can't do it. But in typical Twilight way, the stress gets to her as always. But unlike all the other times she's been stressed out, this is actually well intended and heartfelt, which makes what the episode does next in the script so irritating. By beating her over the head with the moral repeatedly. Not only through Celestia doing things wrong, but by the entire production going wrong. And when Twilight finally has had enough with this disaster, it just so happens that Celestia is right there to hear her blow up to cause the moral part of the story third to go out. Which makes Twilight look like an absolute douchebag. So what are you saying? That if she was honest from the very beginning that she couldn't act, that it would be less damaging? Well, there is a case for that, except when she finally does tell her, Celestia is none too happy about it. And here's the thing, though. Honesty rather than lying. Honesty is the best policy, but not always. Especially when it's about somebody's frailty or negativity or even disability. Sometimes being brutally honest can be too brutal. There is a limit here. And I feel Celestia's reaction reflects that she took it too brutally for a second. Of course, Celestia manages to show her real strength in the Thespian arts as pretty much your on-stage director, directing everything on stage as a lead showrunner or lead director or even assistant director, and her ability to get everybody in their roles and in play. That's her best role. But of course, if you know Celestia, that's what she's best at. She's best at getting everybody where they need to be. So it's Twilight for that matter, which makes the two of them working together as assistant directors actually the perfect role. But the way they get there in this episode is so cringy. The moral delivery is cringeworthy. Pinkie Pie's Pinkie O'Clock antics are so cringy. Celestia's acting is so cringy. That's the best way to describe this episode. It's so much cringe. Yes, it's great for the people that love the thespian arts, such as I do. The expression of improvisational acting, method acting, traditional script acting, the entire process of putting on a play is well done here. Audience reactions, even a reference back to Fluttershy's stage fright on a multitude of occasions for continuity reasons, and even seeing the students back again trying to play sub-roles is cute. Everything about this episode is delivered well, except for the conflict itself. It's so cringy. At one point, you'll want to laugh, and then the laughing will stop. This episode has me so divided, not only morally, but in the way it makes me feel. It's not a 1. Nor is it a 2. It's a 3 out of 6. But you could make the case that it is a 2, and you wouldn't be wrong. Everything about this episode is cringy. From the moral delivery to even the moral itself, it's kinda contradictory to Celestia not being able to live out a dream and them just figuring it out in the back end that she just wanted to be part of a play somehow, when that completely contradicts the first 3 minutes that she actually wanted to be on stage in a play, which is complete writing contradiction. But yes, there are some comedic moments, but there's really no need to beat the moral as hard as this episode does. So, if you've been part of theater plays and know this kind of situation, please tell me your worst theater production, if you have one, or even your best one. What do you think about the moral of this episode, and could it have been delivered better and less cringy? And do you, like I, think that Twilight had the best intentions and shouldn't be whacked over the head with a stick repeatedly? Tell me down in the comment section below, or just drop me a line in the community line. I will respond. And if you've missed out on the previous review from last week, it will be at the end card along with the playlist if you need to catch up. Until next week, where hopefully everything won't be so middle and flippy floppy. I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own Nirvana. And yes, before anybody asks, I can act. And I love acting.